Now it's becoming ridiculous. Like the sixth time I've attempted to do this. I'm trying to do this under in 10 minutes because I'm tired of trying to cut a fucking film. What I'm trying to do is my top 10 favorite black metal bands, and I've been taking too much time expressing my feelings for each of them. So, here we go. We're going to do the names of the bands, and I'll talk a little bit about each and why. First off, from Norway is Immortal. Second off, also from Norway is Burzum. Also from Norway is Mayhem. Again, from Norway, 1349. Now from Sweden is Bathory. And I don't know if you can really see that. That's how much admiration I have for the band. In sixth place, in no particular order, this is Hellhammer. Way better than Celtic Frost in my opinion. The Celtic Frost is more of a thrash band and not a black metal band. They just have black metal influences. Seventhly, Horna, coming in from Finland. Satyricon, Norway. Darkthrone, Norway. And Marduk, another one from Sweden. So, pretty much everyone from Norway, except for two Swedish bands and a dude from Switzerland. And I say one dude because pretty much Tom G. Warrior is the only person. We'll talk about that for a minute first. Tom G. Warrior pretty much is Hellhammer. Tom G. Warrior pretty much was Celtic Frost, and he's predominantly Triptychon. You know, I haven't heard a lot of Triptychon, but what I've heard, pretty amazing. Very gloomy, very ambient, drone-ish, black death. The only thing he's not really with Triptychon is he's nowhere near as grindcore, but he grinds, the doom, whatever. Trying Death, an amazing song. Chainsaw, I really like the chant, there's Chainsaw in it. However, the biggest point, the boys from Mayhem, they pretty much all got their names from Hellhammer, the drummer, Maniac, a vocalist, Uranus, the main guitarist. Also, just for the name song itself, Bloody Pussies, very controversial for the early 80s. I think it's superb. You know, take that to the gore. Immortal, you know, it's a band that you can't really take seriously in character, but when it comes to their musical talents, they're definitely someone you can't really fuck with, and how awesome the composer is. You know, I've heard controversies where they speed up the music, 10% to sound faster. I don't really know if that's true or not. I would really hope to think that they don't. If they do, whatever. Even without that 10%, just the musical structure of it itself is very amazing. And just the things that, even though through times they've always had three people, the more legendary albums, Pure Holocaust, Battles in the North, and even Blizzard Beast, it's predominantly just two guys, Abbott and Dinos. You know, a Horde, he's pictured on Blizzard Beast, and Eric is pictured on Pure Holocaust, but neither one of them actually did any drum work on this album. Abbott actually did the drum work and the bass work, and then eventually he became the guitarist for the fucking band. So, not bad, Abbott. Not bad. Burzum, I really enjoy more of his music before he went to prison, but I'm not going to say that I don't enjoy the stuff after he got out of prison. It's equally good in their own right, but I would like to put it in its own chapter. Kind of like I'd rather keep Death Crush and Pure Fucking Armageddon in its own chapter away from Mayhem's first album, Wolfslayer, Abyss, and Chimera, and Ordo Echo, 3 chapters within the band. Really don't want to mingle them. You can't, really, you know. And being away in prison for 20-some years, you got a lot of time to think about what you're going to want to do when you actually get your hands on a guitar. I know that he did a lot of synthesizing stuff in prison. That's pretty cool, you know. We'll get to that on a different note. Mayhem, like I said, I really want to see 3 different chapters of Mayhem. You really can't compare the EPs with Euronymous. You can't really compare them to what I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the name of the first album. You all know it. If you don't, look it up. I'm not going to deny it. It's too late for me to attempt any foreign language right now. The first actual album itself, until Chimera, even though a lot of the pretty much same band members with a few fluctuations in between, that's really its own chapter compared to the EPs in Ordo Echo, you know. And ironically, the only thing that I really can say that I really like from that album is its wholeness. It is a legend in itself, almost to the point that it's mythical. It's such a legendary album that it's almost maybe overrated. There's a lot of legendary songs in it. It's not Kill 'Em All. It's not Rain and Blood. But it's their first album, and it's the first time they've actually made their Scandinavian black metal album. And quite honestly, if you look at the first album and their second album, Chimera is actually quite a bit better in a lot of the composers. I don't want to say that Rune Eriksson is a better composer than Euronymous. Yeah, Rune Eriksson is a better composer. He's not a better guitarist than Euronymous because he can't get that chainsaw sound with the guitar, but Rune Eriksson is by far a better composer overall. I'm gonna get lynched for that one, but that's okay. Carnage, best song. Death Crush, best release. Chimera, best album, excluding Ordo Echo. 1349, only reason why they're on my list is because of the album Hellfire, predominantly for the song Skelter of Flesh. In the middle of it is a fucking brutal thrash metal guitar solo. And when you hear this fast pace, Norwegian black metal sound, you just the constant hum, and it's nice to hear this kind of slow down up to the top of the neck for a minute, and they just go thrashy, it's a chuggy thrash solo. It's not very complex, but it really kind of reminds you that it came from thrash. Bathory, Need I Say More? Into the Eternal Fire, Pastel Death, and Bloodfire and Death are my favorites of the older albums. However, Destroyer of Worlds and Pestilence off the Destroyer of Worlds album needs to be mentioned. Horna, can't say any of the album titles, can't say any of the song titles. Just check them out. Horna, they're from Finland. I hope I'm slaughtering you, because it's going to get more controversial for this, and I'm okay with that. Satyricon, Frost's first band, probably his best band, and kind of like Hellhammer, he's became a black metal drumming whore, and with good fucking credentials. He fucking deserves it. Dark Medieval Times, best album, best black metal album probably out there, next to Pure Holocaust. On Mother North, it's awesome that Nocturnal Proto is actually guitaring in that album. I'm running out of time. Darkthrone and Marduk is on here. I'll have to save both of those for different videos because I have a lot to say about both of them. Honorable mentions that I have to say is Darkened, Nocturn, Slaughtercult from Germany, Skeletonwitch from America, Crash from Sweden, Archgoat from Finland, Blackfire from Peru, Blood Tsunami from Norway, and Gallhammer for Japan. And I'll make another video for both of those.